Welcome back to the Core Cars News Tech Lab. We've got some Q&A happening today. I'm going to be breaking down some of the biggest questions I've been getting over the past week that we've been collecting. If you ever have a question you want me to answer, just head over to our YouTube page, either click on the name here or go to youtube.com/corecarsnews, click on the community tab, and you'll find a post there you can reply to with a question. If you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up, doing one or both. Lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and then they recommend our videos to more people. All right, let's dive into it. What do you think is the future of cable news like CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, Fox, News Nation, Newsmax, and more? Okay, a few things right off the bat. It's a tough spot to be in. We already see several smaller news networks shut down. Newsnet, Scripps News, I believe, is going to be shutting down soon and laying off a bunch of people. CNN is reportedly about to do mass layoffs, according to Puck News. Now, what we've heard also happening is that there may be layoffs at other news organizations. The political season that just ended was very profitable, high traffic, high demand, a lot of ad revenue being pumped in there as politicians buy ads. Now that that's over, companies are tightening their belt as viewership continues to struggle in the world of cord cutting. Increasingly, people are turning to YouTube, social media, news websites, and more to get their news and away from 24/7 news networks. That's why you see a lot of shift to video content created specifically for online platforms. Diversification out there. You know, Fox has their Fox Nation, which really isn't about news as much as it's about documentaries and other content that they produce. I think that we'll see a continued shrink of that market, though for the foreseeable future, it's not going anywhere. People still watch it, millions of people every day, and it's still drawing a significant audience. Just an audience that continues to shrink and get smaller and smaller. I wouldn't be surprised to see more and more content in the future go to places like YouTube or be made available to cord cutters without a paywall and without a need for a subscription to a TV service. We'll keep a close eye on it. I would rather not be a cable TV news network right now. Those executives have some tough decisions in front of them. All right, Luke, do you think this is the final couple years of cable TV's existence? Yes and no. I think many small cable networks will be shutting down their TV service. I think we're still at least 5+ years away from mass large cable networks doing the same. And if they do, I think they'll just switch over like Spectrum's been trying to tiptoe into, where they shut down the traditional TV signal, but they offer a streaming version of it with all the same fees, pricing, and the like. DirecTV's doing this with the DirecTV via Internet, trying to push customers into a streaming version of their satellite service with all the same fees and pricing and the like on it. So there is a catch there. You could say that that is shutting down the traditional cable, but the reality is what they're trying to do is free up the bandwidth, stop having to have all this legacy equipment for their older TV networks and allow them to just focus on the internet. There are many people, my grandma being one, almost in her 90s now, where she's focusing on still watching TV, being engaged, but trying to teach her how to do something new is very difficult. So for her, she's just going to stick with what she knows, and there's millions of people just like her still out there. And as long as that continues, cable networks are going to continue to offer their content, and cable TV companies are going to continue to be around. We'll keep a close eye on this, but for now, I would say we have at least 5 to 10 years of TV as we know it continuing. All right, let's dive into the next question up. What is the best mesh Wi-Fi systems? Okay, there's a bunch of mesh Wi-Fi systems, and I've been impressed with many of them. Now, I personally use Google's Nest Wi-Fi Pro. I've been very happy with it. Wi-Fi 6. There are newer ones out there. Amazon Zero, EERO, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that off the top of my head, is a very powerful, and they also have a Wi-Fi 7, though it's kind of crazy expensive. I wouldn't necessarily run out and buy a Wi-Fi 7 at this price point. I think in a few years it'll probably be a lot cheaper. Which one's great? They're all great. I haven't tested all of them. I know TP-Link has been getting some really good reviews. I've heard people really like their design and the functionality of it. Honestly, so many great options out there. I would increasingly recommend mesh networks versus single nodes as homes get bigger and more devices are on the network. I think the biggest thing I would encourage you to do is get at least Wi-Fi 6E or higher, Wi-Fi 6E or 7 standard if you're buying a Wi-Fi router right now. Those devices can handle a lot more connected to them. You'd be amazed if you really look at it, if you have a family like I do with kids and their tablets and TVs and security cameras, how many devices you quickly connect on your home can start overwhelming it. So my recommendation, much more than which brand to get, because I haven't tested them all, is to make sure it's at least Wi-Fi 6E or higher with that. All right. Let's keep moving along. Max has mentioned fusing with another streaming service. Considering that there's already Hulu Plus Max plan, what streaming services do you think they're referring to? I don't know if they have a specific one in mind. Warner Bros. Discovery, the parent company behind Max, has said that they're looking for strategic partnerships for its Max streaming service. Now, I think that can include everything from what we've already seen with the Disney Plus bundle, where you can get Disney Plus and others bundle with Max. I think we'll see more of those bundle deals where maybe, Paramount Plus Max at a good price or whatever. I know Paramount's been desperately looking, Mac's been desperately looking. There was some early talk about those two coming together into a joint streaming service. The two companies stay independent, but they have a joint venture to launch a joint streaming service, much like how Discovery Plus and HBO Max merged to make Max as we know it now. Some reports have told me that those thoughts have cooled off a little bit. Peacock, I think, is a big plan there. Peacock's also looking. Peacock Paramount Plus has reportedly had some talks that didn't go anywhere that could still go somewhere under new owners. Peacock and Max could also be the same. We'll keep an eye on it. We're seeing consolidation. And no, I don't think this is like cable TV. I just think what I've said for many years is very true. There are more streaming services on the market right now than the market can bear. People are not subscribing to all this. And because of that, networks who used to bundle everything, remember Hulu was a joint venture of NBC, ABC, Fox, and CBS, putting all their content in one spot, or most of it. That broke apart. Now we're seeing that model kind of return a little bit. Disney's kind of consolidating everything into Disney Plus. ESPN content's going there. Hulu on demand content's there. Live TV's still in its own app. Of course, Disney Plus content. I think we'll continue to see similar moves as people realize that it doesn't make sense for Disney to own 3 or 4 different competing streaming services. Might as well put that all under one roof. We'll see how this all plays out, but I think that consolidation's big. I think Peacock and Paramount Plus are two key players in this. See who they team up with will tell us a lot about the future of television. All right, let's keep moving along. People keep saying physical media is dying because people are watching it digitally, but I keep wondering why people are switching to digital only, considering that there's so many advantages to having physical media like DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm going to jump into that question right at this point. Very simple. Selection, right? I go to the store, I buy 1 or 2 DVDs. What happens if I didn't like what was on there? I may have just spent $20 or something on those DVDs. I can get for $20 an entire month of Netflix. Yes, maybe what I'm enjoying on it today is gone, but tomorrow they'll have something new on there. There's such a variety of content. There's such a collection of content, and it's just a massive library. I think that's why streaming is taken over physical, because for most people, maybe you have that 1 or 2 movies you absolutely love, you would keep rewatching. But the vast majority of people say, well, I don't want to spend $10 or $20 on a new DVD to watch that movie one time and then never watch it again. I'd much rather put that into Netflix and just watch an entire month's worth of content there. Is that right or wrong? I think there's a place for both. But you asked me why I thought that most people are ditching physical media for streaming. It's the sheer selection and variety of content available at your fingertips. Let's be honest, some content's no longer even going to physical media anymore for newer content. All right, let's keep going on. Which free streaming services are on the verge of shutting down? I know Disney closed the ABC app. No one is immune. Well, since you left this comment, we learned that Amazon Freevee is shutting down its free streaming service and moving its content to the Prime Video channel. I suspect we'll see a few more. I've been very interesting to see Local Now moving its content to other people. We'll see how that plays out. There's been rumors that even Pluto TV was at one point up for potentially spinning back off into an independent company under Tom Ryan, one of the original founders. Which ones are most likely to shut down? I think a bunch of the small ones. Which ones are they? I don't really know. I will say this though, there are more streaming services in the market can compete. In recent years, free ad-supported streaming has exploded, and suddenly we see everybody wanting one. DirecTV just launched one. Fubo, Philo, Sling TV's had theirs for a little while. Countless small ones. Stir just got spun off, sold. How long can the new owners go with it as it is? We've seen others. Haystack News, for example, it's a 24/7 news one. It's facing competition from several 24/7 news organizations streaming for free. I think we'll see in 2025 several dozen well-known popular streaming services, or I should say a few well-known streaming ones, several dozen streaming services in total, shut down, merge, completely rebrand, or change who or what they are. There are hundreds of streaming services in the United States. Not all of them are going to make it. It's just not. The math doesn't work out. There's not enough people to support all these services. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Well, that's it for today. If I didn't answer your question in this video, re-ask it. I may put it into a newer video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Is cable news dead? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Well, that's it for today. Take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.